We signed up for a 2-day hike to Guatemala's third highest peak, Volcano Acatenango. The reward for this journey to an altitude of 12,720 feet would be stunning nighttime views of neighboring Volcan Fuego's nearly constant eruptions. But first, we would have to endure the hike.
What are you working on?
Well, we decided to climb a volcano. Yeah, we're supposed to pack all these things so that we don't die along the way. So here's some of our snacks.
Toilet paper, great for not dying.
So we were told that we need to get water for this trip. And for the two of us, that means 10 liters or approximately 245 pounds of water that we have to carry up the mountain.
So we found some 2 liters, so we're gonna have to be very careful packing our bags to kind of distribute weight, I think.
I think that means I'm carrying all the water.
All right, it's like 6:30 in the morning, which isn't super early. We've been up earlier for stuff. However, I don't think that we're going to be sleeping a lot tonight. So it's going to be like at least 24 hours of awakeness.
Kayla loves mornings. Kayla, look at the camera and tell it how much you love mornings.
I don't like the mornings.
Acatenango, here we come.
All right, so we made it here. A little bus ride. We're about ready to hike up to the top of this beast. The guy called it a small mountain. I don't believe him. But yeah, look for yourself. Not small at all.
The trail up Volcan Acatenango has 4 distinct microclimates. Each provides a unique challenge and, for Silas, some confusion as to what a base camp actually is.
So we finally reached base camp, which we're very excited about.
This is not base camp.
It's not base camp? What? We have to keep going?
First, you have to hike up a steep trail through local farm fields. Thank goodness we read some online reviews of this hike because everyone agrees this is by far the worst part of the entire experience. It's hot, sunny, and dusty here.
Hello.
We are hiking the volcano.
We've hiked probably 3,000 meters already. It feels like we have burned 400,000 calories, and I'm already ready for a break. How long have we been going?
Like 3 minutes, maybe.
3 minutes. It might take us 4 or 5 months to get to the top. It'll be worth it. It'll be beautiful. At times I feel like Frodo, and I'm just this boy from small town USA, out traveling far away from home to climb up to the top of a volcano. The only problem is I lost my ring in the ocean halfway along the trip, so I don't know what that means. Metaphor kind of falls apart after a little bit there. Anyway. Oh, look. Not even a quarter of the way. Perfect.
We made it past the farmland to the trees. And it's supposed to be easier. It's supposed to be shady. So, win number 1 for today. Well, win number 2 because I got out of bed.
Good point, Kayla.
Next, you go through a cloud forest. The sun is hidden by the leaves and you start to cool down. You can admire the huge trees, local birds, and numerous other living things.
We're officially in the clouds. I've got my head in the clouds. I'm on cloud 9. Cloud Atlas. Colossus of Cloud. I'm out. That's all I got. The forest is much nicer to hike in. The shade is nice. The trees are nice. They say hello, by the way. I think we're at an elevation of 18 to 20,000 feet right now. Right, Kayla?
Not even close.
Pretty close, she says. What's really nice is how quiet it is up here. It's not something that you get to experience a lot when you live in town. Just appreciating the quiet. Except for when Kayla starts talking. What are your list of fears, Kayla?
So, number 4 is the hike. The hike's not too bad. It's okay. Number 3 is carrying 5 liters of water. It's kind of sucked so far. So I'm going to drink a bunch at lunchtime. And then number 2 is...
having to pee from all the water?
I hadn't thought about bathroom situation. That's a good one too. That's number 2.5. Number 2 for real is the altitude, because I know my body hates it. And Silas won't let me bring any wine because of it. So it's extra sad. But my first fear is the cold. I'm really worried about being so cold tonight that I die of hypothermia.
My fear is giant spiders.
Of which there are none here.
It's been a hard morning, but we finally made it to base camp, so we're gonna get packed up here, set out our tents here at base camp. It's gonna be great.
It's not base camp.
We're still not at base camp? So since we're not at base camp, I decided to figure out where we are actually. And the sign over here says 3187 is the meter height at which we exist momentarily for the time being. We are pretty high up. The air's thin.
Yeah, it's crazy to me that we're higher than the other day.
Yeah. It's really hard for Caleb.
Stop.
What? It's hard because Kayla sucks a lot of hot air.
Tacos? What else?
Is that why you decided to start running up the mountain earlier?
Yeah, that was the only thing that got me into lunch. What's wrong with your shirt?
Nothing's wrong with it. This is in style here on top
Normal.
of the volcano. This is how all the cool kids are wearing their shirts now.
Gross.
Well, gross unless you're one of the cool kids, in which case, cool.
We're promised that soon we'll make it past the steep part of the hike. After we leave the cloud forest, we start on the flat part of the trail. At least that's what our guide called it. He lied, but the best part here is that the trees thin out, providing amazing views of the nearby mountains from above the clouds.
We finally reached base camp. It's a nice little patch of land here.
Hey, dude.
You can see.
Dude.
Oh
What?
my god,
We're not at
dude.
base
Are you
camp.
kidding me?
Not again?
No, man.
How much farther?
Like hours, man.
Yeah.
I've reached my own personal base camp. I'm gonna set up tent here for the night. Unfortunately, the porter has my tent, so I'm just gonna make a lean-to out of my shirt or something. So we have, stand this way, we finally reached base camp. It's a little smaller than I thought it was gonna be. This is all of the space at base camp. It has.
Not base camp.
It's not? Well, that's good, because I don't think there's enough room here for all of us. Day 45 of our hike. We've almost run out of food completely. We've been drinking urine because we ran out of water days ago. It's sterile. I'm sorry, what was I talking about? Ooh, what's that?
We finally make base camp and are rewarded with a warm fire, dinner, and most importantly, the view we came to see. Fuego doesn't disappoint, erupting dozens of times while we huddle together around the campfire. Before dawn, our guides wake us up for the ascent to the summit. This time we're on loose sand and gravel, and we keep losing sight of our shoes in the deep soil. Above treeline, we get stunning views of the sun rising behind Volcan Agua. Literally crawling on our hands and knees up the steepest little obstacle at the top, we finally get 360 views from the summit. It's instantly freezing cold due to the wind, but the views from Agua to Fuego to Atitlan are worth it. Plus, you can see Acatenango's crater, which is pretty enormous.
All right, so we made it. We're up here. Mark, how high is this?
Over 13,000.
Over 13,000 feet, which in meters is like, I don't know, like 20 12,000 meters or something. Meters are ridiculous. You can normally see the ocean, but there are clouds today. So today we see clouds.
While certainly a tough physical challenge, this hike was amazing. We can't recommend it enough. It's an absolute must-do experience if you're in Guatemala and physically able. All we could think on the way down was, we did it! We climbed a volcano.
We made it.
We did.
We hiked up to the top of a giant mountain.
Volcano.
Saw lots and lots of birds and animals.
Really?
I don't know. I would say that it was difficult, but worth it.
Definitely. I do agree with you on that one.
We highly recommend this. 2 thumbs up.
Oh.
Yeah, perfect.
Hit the subscribe button to see more travel videos from us, or visit our Patreon page to learn more about our community. As always, we're Kayla and Silas, wishing you luck with your upcoming adventures.